Good morning, everyone. It is Friday morning. Let's have a verse. Psalm 78, verse 70. He chose David, also his servant, and took him from the sheepfolds. Of course, the works of David are legendary. Everyone knows, at least in part, the story of David. Even non-believers. David and Goliath, giant. But God chose David. He chose him. He was but a child. The littlest, the weakest. He had nothing to offer really anyone. He just did what his father told him and supported his brothers. He was a shepherd, tending their flocks. He was just this tiny little kid. And God chose him, and he was one of the greatest kings the Jews have ever known. God made him. God made him. Without God, he would have never done great things. He would have never been a great warrior, a great king, a great prophet. David was a prophet as well. He was one of the few prophets of that time. In fact, of all the kings, I'm sure my dad will correct me, of all the kings, he was one of all the kings, I believe. I kind of caught myself, it's a little early, but of all the kings, he was maybe only one of two of the kings that was a prophet. A rare thing. But God made him from nothing. Just as God made Moses from nothing. Just as God made you and me from nothing. I mean, we were created from nothing. But then he took us and he chose us. He chose to love us. And through that love, we are redeemed. Great men of God. Every single great man of God, every single great, like Ruth, every single great person that God has lifted up amongst others, he lifted them up because he chose. Not because of anything in them, but because he chose to show mercy upon them. He chose to raise them above the others. He chose to speak to them and give them power to prophesy, power to heal, power to destroy, power to save. Every man and woman of any stature to God and to men has been raised by God. Even, now here's the kicker. Everything is God's will. So every single person that is over us, even now, governments and presidents and dictators, all of this is according to God's will. It's a mind trap. And here's the bigger mind trap. God is good. There is no dark in him. It is impossible for God to sin. Chew on that for a little bit. God bless.